George here, and we are back again. We're messing with nav meshes and seeing what we can do. I've got everything open, and of course I've got the Unity documentation page up because it's been a while since I've messed with nav meshes, and I probably am going to forget what the functions are that I need to be messing with. So anyway, let's move this off to the side, and let's take a look at what we're trying to do. What is going on with my keyboard? There we go. All right, so we now need to, so we've got our, let's see, navigation mesh right here. Now we need to get our character moving around with that. So let's come on down here. We've got Foxy. Let's right click, create a C# script under there and call this Foxy navigation, I guess. Why not? And go ahead and grab Foxy, go to hierarchy. Come on, there we go. Find Foxy, which is right there. Go ahead and, so we're missing quite a few components here that we're going to need to add to this thing. So we've got our mesh renderer. We're going to need to do, let's see, Foxy navigation, add components. We need a collider, which we're just going to use a pill, I think, for right now. So let's find pill. Where are you, pill? I know I passed you already. Capsule, sorry, not pill, capsule. I'm thinking about, I think it's 3D Studio Max, they call it that. Anyway, radius is ginormous. Wait. The radius is only 0.11 right there, then my level size is way off. Game object, create 3D object cube. That's a cube, that's a meter. So why, oh, I bet the scale, look at that scale value, 12, 12, and 12. Okay, we need to open up Maya and fix that. So I'm gonna do that really quick right now. All right, unfortunately, I did not save what I did, so I'm gonna have to take a second and redo what I did. So let's go up here really quick. There we go. Okay, now let's rotate these. I think it was 80 degrees is what I was going for before, but it really doesn't matter at this point. Let's just arbitrarily scale them. We'll get rid of my painstaking attempt from before. Let's go back to Foxy, grab both of these, move them under Foxy, File, send to Unity Selection, and Foxy Static Model, yes. Let it explode, let us file new scene so I don't accidentally save that. And there's Foxy now. Let's see here. And now, oh God, I exported it. I didn't, oh my God, I lost all my work. Can I undo that? No. File, recent file. Okay, I'm gonna fast forward. I completely forgot the reason why I came into this program. I am not a smart person today. Something is off. All right. Let's make sure that doesn't quite intersect. There we go. All right, good enough. Probably. So we're gonna jump into Foxy, and we're gonna play around with some things first. We're gonna grab, let's see, edit, delete all by type history really quick. So at least now I don't have any weird nodes. I'm gonna grab all the nodes that are under here, go to modify, and we're gonna go to freeze transform. What did I do before? Oh, I did reset transform. Let's try this again. So Foxy, modify, freeze transform, rotation and scales I guess are fine. Let's hit apply, and then I'm gonna see what happened there. So is everyone else fine? Yes. And you're fine? Yes. I am really not here today. I don't know what I'm doing. Let's go ahead and apply that to Foxy. Come back in here. Take a quick look at Foxy. Scale model is good. Let's remove that capsule collider and add it back in. There we go. So now we're going to need to move this up in the Y and adjust the radius probably. Let's see what we have here. Actually, you know what? The radius is pretty good. Let's go with height now. And let's look at this straight on and an ISO. Sorry, ISO. Side, front side, there we go. And let us increase the height a little bit more. That's about right, I'd say. Great. Let's go back, and now that we've got Foxy, let's move it back in the Z axis. A little bit, something like that. Okay, clear. And we have a capsule collider, we have Foxy navigation script on there. Now we need a Nav Mesh Agent on there. So let's see, humanoid, blah, 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 blah. Speed, 3.5 meters per second. Angular acceleration, or angular speed, 120 units, that's all fine. Auto braking, radius is 5. Height 2, that's about right. High quality, that's fine. Priorities, fine. Auto traverse, off mesh links, auto repath. Okay, I think that's all fine. So now we just need to go into Foxy navigation script and start adding some AI to things. We got to think for a second about this and how we want this to work. So let's come up with a list of constraints. That's not what I wanted. Let's do something big. That's big. Why not? That's screen res. Okay, so Foxy's going to be moving around the map, and it's going to be moving in a predictive manner. Therefore, we're going to need waypoints, and so we got to set them up. So these are going to be types of targets, I suppose. And of course, if Foxy gets to a player, then that's important too. If they see them, normal. And is that all we need for right now? Is there anything else at the moment that matters? I'm trying to think here. I don't think there's anything more important than that at the moment. So coming back over here, maybe we should start laying down some waypoints and figuring out how things should traverse between them. All right, I just did a quick search, and I remember now that Unity doesn't have a default way of actually handling waypoints, so we're going to have to code the waypoint scripts inside this video as well. So that's fine, that shouldn't be an issue. Do we have something already called waypoints here? No, we don't. So let's create a new folder. Waypoints. Let's call this Animatronic Waypoints. Create a new C# script, call this a waypoint, I suppose. It already contains a definition for, oh, so that's our old point A to point B. Let me take a look at that, maybe we can use that. So here's our old waypoint system, is found, start, envoy trigger, check triggered waypoint. And let's see our waypoint manager. Oh, I'm sorry, these are the waypoints for the player, that's right, okay. Confused, point A to B, survive time. This should really be under a folder called like game winning modes or something. I'm gonna forget. But anyway, let's go back to Animatronic Waypoint and rename this Animatronic Waypoint. Why not? And there's let's just close all this stuff. Close all. F2 that name, Control C it. And and let's change that name now to Animatronic Waypoint. There we go. Okay, so an Animatronic Waypoint is, so we place one of these down, it's a game object. When we arrive at it, we are going to need to inform a new direction that you're supposed to go to. So a waypoint in and of itself needs to have connections, outgoing connections, and doesn't need incoming connections. No, I guess it only needs outgoing connections. So really, every waypoint should have some sort of an array or a list of type animatronic waypoints. For right now, let's just actually make it an array. We'll deal with the rest of it later on. Let's make this a serialized field so we can see this and not make it public. And I'm going to add awake in here just because I like having awake around. I might do some initialization at that point. Okay, so we have our list of waypoints. When we get to a waypoint, this is probably going to require a component. We need to know when the waypoint has actually been reached, the target. And to do that, we're going to want probably a required component type of, and that's going to be a collider of some sort. Technically, it should probably be a trigger. Yeah, it's going to be a trigger. So let's do a collider, and I know it overrides the name of the collider, but I don't like the fact that it auto grabs a collider for you, so we're going to ignore that. Let's do collider is equal to get component collider. I'm going to see if we can just grab that. And we have the collider now. And we need to do an onTriggerenter. So void onTriggerenter. There we go. So on Ontriggerenter, we need to check, I guess, to see whether or not it's an animatronic. So is animatronic. I guess that can be a tag. And if it is an animatronic, then we are going to randomly grab a new target. For right now, maybe we'll have it specified as a particular target. I'm thinking the animatronic script is also going to need to know, it needs to keep a current target, but also needs to keep a previous waypoint target. Or I need to be able to grab, actually, I don't want the previous waypoint target. I want to find the nearest waypoint and probably go to that. So that's just something to think about. So anyway, if other dot tag dot is equal or equals, and then we're going to say animatronic, then we can proceed from there. We're going to have to grab randomly from waypoints, so we'll probably want to do it if waypoints dot length is greater than 0. That way we're not going to be doing anything stupid. Let's do random. Well, let's do system dot random dot. Yeah, we're going to do this system dot random. So we'll do random ran is equal to that. New is required, isn't it? And what are you doing? Cannot implicit data to you. I don't want Unity engine.random. I want system.random because I want to deal with integers and not typecast them over to floats. So now we have that. So we'll do int random index. It's going to be equal to ran dot next. Yeah, that's what I want. And then we are going to set the object, the animatronic that we've intersected with, script to the collider. So we're going to want to do a other.gameObject.get component, and then that's going to be a type animatronic pathfinder, I guess is what we'll call it. Something like that. Or path logic. How about that? And then let's grab that, paste that there. Logic is equal to that. And then if logic, that is if it's not null, let's move this over really quick and create this animatronic path logic script. So I'm just going to go in here, create C#. Oh, not a folder. That's not what I wanted to do. Let's delete that. Create folder. Oh my God, what am I doing? C# script. There we go. Pull that out. Get rid of that folder again. Come on. And animatronic path logic now. Here we go. Let's move this over to the side. Make that full screen. Okay, so we grab the animatronic path logic object. If we do have logic, then we're going to do we're going to want a public set target, I guess. And we're going to want from that a vector3 or crap. So there should probably be set waypoint and not set target, and that's going to be waypoint because there's going to be two modes for the guy walking around, right? Or the animatronic walking around. It's going to be either targeting a specific waypoint, which is still a vector3, or it's going to be targeting the player, which is not a waypoint at all. It's a continual vector3. So we'll do two different ones. So we'll do waypoint, and we'll do waypoint current waypoint. And not that I need to do that. I don't know why I did that, but whatever. So then we'll do current waypoint is equal to waypoint. And this needs to be void. It's going to return nothing. And that's fine. So then we can call logic.setWaypoint and pass in, not this, but waypoints Oh, this is wrong. Not waypoint. I want animatronic waypoint. There we go. That's better. Same thing with that. Making lots of silly mistakes today. Grab waypoints. Index in the random index. Okay, so that set that up just fine. So once we enter into that area, we're going to find a new waypoint to go to, and we're off, basically. The AI should continue to handle things as necessary. All right, so what's up next? Well, we're going to need to, of course, attach animatronic path logic to the animatronic. The animatronic path logic is going, so let's write this down. We're going to need logic in discovering the player, logic when to move from chasing to waypoint. I think that's about it. So let's go ahead and start adding these scripts to things. So you've got Foxy, frame on up, and let's minimize these. Go to here, let's add animatronic. It was called animatronic path thing, right? I spelled something wrong again. Animatronic path logic. Oh, unexpected symbol 4. Where is that? Oh, there we are. Mouse. I've got one of those Naga mice with all the buttons on the side. Every now and then I'll screw up. 4 is actually where it rests, my thumb rests, hence why it shows up there. So anyway, path logic goes on that guy. And now we can start placing some waypoints. So let's go ahead and go to game object, create empty. And let's place a few of these around willy-nilly at the moment. So we'll put one there. Let's go to this and make these, let's see, let's do tiny diamonds for, since they're bad, we'll do red diamonds for animatronic waypoints. And let's call this waypoint, and we'll name things properly once we actually have a proper system put together. I'm going to duplicate this, put this here, duplicate, put it here. I'm just trying to put it in places that make sense. I know in a lot of ways I'm supposed to rely on the AI of the Nav Mesh to do this stuff for me, but having waypoints that are around tight corners and things that are going to be problems, in my mind, is just a good idea. So I'm going to put them in around doors and so forth. Areas that I know are going to cause problems when we're moving about. And I know I'm getting a little heavy with the number that I'm actually putting down here. And actually, I probably don't want some of these. I probably want the guy not to chase you through all of these different areas. Some places I think are going to be off limits possibly for the animatronic. Maybe actually only the security office will be off limit, now that I think about it. That's your safe haven, the place you can run back to. And almost done here. Do this, and this, and this, and this, and a couple more here and there, there. I'm getting touchy. I need to relax a little here. Okay. I don't think the animatronic should go in the other area. Now I need to add a waypoint script. So animatronic waypoint to each, adding a component failed. Add required type collider. Okay, so add component. We're going to do a sphere collider. And I'm glad I added that required component. That saved my butt right there. Each of them have a radius of 0.5. That seems fine, if you ask me. So we're going to go back. Animatronic waypoint. There we are. Then we have waypoints. So now is the dirty deal of going through and actually connecting all these different waypoints together. And we probably are going to want some way of visualizing this as well, now that I think about it. And let's see, I'm trying to remember how you do that off the top of my head. I did it in the previous thing, right? So under debug, no, that's not it. Let's see, is it editor? Under editor, yes. Animatronic editor. No, that's not it. Where did I do it? let's just look it up again. Unity, draw lines in editor window. Let's see, blah, 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 blah. Well, I sort out the problem indeed, blah, 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 da, 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 da. Node window, editor window. That's not what I want. I want draw lines, not an editor, in scene view. How about that? On scene GUI. Here we go. This is exactly what I want. On scene GUI. Okay, so let's go ahead and add this. So over here, in animatronic, and in waypoints, that's what we want. Let's close out of this before it confuses me. And move this over. We're going to do what? Using Unity and Unity Engine or editor. And I think I have to do a check on this, if I remember correctly. Check for Unity editor when building. Yeah, that's what I'm pretty sure I need to check. Yeah, if Unity end editor before using Unity editor directive, and end if. Okay, so does this work? So anyway, on scene. No, it's not. It doesn't understand it. Let's get rid of it there. We're just going to use it after all for right now. And then we'll do on scene. It's not finding it. Why isn't it finding it? Come here. This needs to inherit from the editor class. So you know what I'm going to do? I don't want to pervert the actual waypoint code with editor code. So we're going to make another class that's going to sit. We're going to make a drawing class, actually. So let's go to Waypoints, create C# script, and do Animatronic Waypoint Editor Visualizer. I know that's a long name, but I'd rather keep my names long and actually understand what they do. Do I need this to be in the animatronic folder? I'll find out. Let's look up editor folder Unity. It's been so long since I've done this stuff. Special folder names. Editor. Place scripts called editor as treated editor scripts rather than runtime scripts. Use scripts function blah, 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 blah. Okay, so I do need to put it under there. So let's grab animatronic waypoint editor visualizer. And that's probably superfluous now. Let's open it up. And what I want to do is grab every animatronic waypoint in the scene. So we'll do, this should be using Unity editor and Unity. And this should be editor. And there needs to be on scene GUI. I believe this updates automatically, so I shouldn't need to do anything, but I do need to grab, how do I grab everything in the editor? Use the load function editor scripts to load assets from a resource folder within an editor folder. So let's look up the editor class. I know we're getting way out of, we're going all over the place with this video, aren't we? Let's just do Unity editor class. Here we go. What I want is, I guess on enable is when it starts, and that's when I get a chance to do something. You know what? See, the problem here is that as soon as there's a change to the scene, I need to add a new waypoint to it, which means I'm going to need to grab the waypoints anyway. So that means I need a fast way of accessing every single waypoint in the scene. Therefore, what I should be doing is creating a tag called animatronic waypoint. So let's go ahead and do that really quick. Control A, Control C, enter, save. And now, coming back over here, we'll do a find objects. What is it? Is it game object? Game object find objects with tag. And then we'll do animatronic waypoint. And then this is just going to be an array of animatronic waypoints. Waypoints is equal to this. Animatronic waypoints. Why are you not working? Animatronic waypoint. There we go. Game object.find. What does this return? How is that? Base class for all entities in Unity scene. Cannot implicitly convert dot game object. Oh, as. Can I do as animatronic waypoint? No. Okay, I've got to do each. I've got to bring it in as a game object and then convert over. So we'll just do game objects. And there we go. And now I can get all the components, I guess. That seems kind of slow. I guess I could do tags are faster, but I still got to search for each one for components. But there's only 2 components per one, which is probably faster than anything else. So let's go ahead and do waypoint, or animatronic waypoint, let's call this temp. Waypoints is equal to new animatronic waypoint, and the size is going to be of type temp.length. And we need to iterate through each one and shove it in there. So for int I is equal to 0, I is less than temp dot or waypoints dot length, just in case for some reason they're different, but they shouldn't be in a perfect world. Then we're going to do waypoints I is equal to temp.get component temp I dot get component, and then animatronic waypoint. I hope this is fast enough. I don't know. I might need to do something else like a refresh button instead. But anyway, we're going to give it a go anyway. So on scene, is there like there's got to be a refresh thing. Destroy fine object of type, like on scene change or something. Whatever. Let's keep going. So now I need to draw things between them, and this had a really easy way of doing it. So here is draw line, t is equal to target as draw line, handles.drawLine is what I want to use. Okay. So we need to iterate over every waypoint again, so it's going to be another for loop. So we can copy this and paste it. Just say draw lines. And for this, we are going to start each line at that waypoint. And we need to, so we're iterating over all waypoints. Then we need to iterate over all outgoing waypoints for each one. So I'm just going to say J, J, and J for each one of here. And so waypoints I dot, and let's see here. I believe it's private right now, so I need a getter. So animatronic waypoint, yeah, serialized field, animatronic waypoints. So let's right click on that, go to refactorings. Let's add a getter, and we're going to get rid of the setter since it should only happen internally. So we have animatronic waypoints. Okay. Going back over here, dot Are you not, what are you doing? Public animatronic waypoint waypoints, right? Waypoints.I dot, we got a problem here. This is giving me problems. Okay. So now dot oh, geez, I'm a moron. Dot waypoints. Geez. And actually, this is what I'm iterating over. So I'm going to take this. So int j is equal to 0. J is less than waypoints I, waypoints.length, j++. And then now what I want to do is draw from every waypoints I to every waypoints ij. So we need the handles.drawLine, and that's going to be from waypoints I dot transform dot position, and then we need the next vector part, which is going to be waypoints I, waypoints j, j dot transform dot position. Okay, so now that should work. So this iterates through every waypoint, and then this iterates through every outgoing waypoint inside of it, and then we'll draw those waypoints for us in the actual scene. Okay, we're going to go back over to Unity really quick. There are inconsistent, yeah, we don't care about inconsistent line endings. So let's come here and see what happens. So we're going to create a new game object, create new, and just move it out of there. Call this Animatronic Waypoints. Grab all of these waypoints, plop them under there, and let us do this. So this one has one outgoing waypoint. Actually, oh, you can't go in the security room, so it has one. Actually, it has two, because you can go back and forth. See, that's another thing, though. It might, see, there's, yeah, so you can go, you can come and you can go from some of these. So it's going to end up redrawing the same line multiple times, but I don't feel like putting the logic in to make it work. So we're just going to do this. I'm going to grab you, and I'm going to put you there. And I'm going to grab this one, which is 6, and put that one there. Okay? Now, nothing is actually happening. Do I need to declare something else? Does this script need to be added to the scene? So let's go to animatronic waypoints. Can't add script behavior because it is an editor script. To attach a script, it needs to be outside the editor folder. You know, it's going to be easier on draw gizmo selected instead of trying to do it this way. I have to figure this way out. So let's get rid of the editor part, but we can keep everything else. All I need to do is go to node, which is the previous one I made, and copy a couple lines. So let's do this stuff we're going to copy, and we're going to replace it right there. I got to do some more research. I forget how to do all this editor crap. And I want this draw line instead. So we're going to grab that and do this instead. And I should probably do a null check. If I know this one, really, I should do a null check earlier. I should probably do, so here we go and grab all the waypoints. If waypoints I, if we have waypoints I, then we can proceed. And then if waypoints I dot waypoints and then J, then we can go ahead and draw that. Just being extra special careful here. Trying not to screw anything up too badly. Okay, now we can get rid of that. What is wrong now? You're there. You're there. You're there. You're there. You're the function, and you're the class. That should work fine. I'm going to grab this out of editor now and put this back in animatronic waypoint. And here we go. I'm just going to grab it now and shove it on this. Oh, it doesn't. Okay, come on. It's all right. It's just taking me a second here. Mono behavior. This is what happens when you code by the seat of your pants. Nothing good. Okay. So I believe I also need this to say execute an editor. So here's this thing, but I don't see it doing anything. So let's try execute in editor mode. Still nothing. Just make sure this is the right on draw void on draw gizmos. Oh, I only want on draw gizmos. I don't want anything selected. That's a problem. And what are you doing? Yes. Okay. Oh, you know what? None of these are waypoints yet. Duh. Okay. Hey, there we go. We got it. We got it working. Perfect. Okay. So now we can start making this actually happen. So let's do, what is it? You can have an outgoing connection. You need 2. You can go to waypoint 2, or you can go back to waypoint 1. I really have to make like an editor of this that allows it to do most of this stuff for you automatically. Because, you know what, we are going to change this back to all draw gizmos selected. Because I want to know only the object that's selected, how it's actually moving around. So actually, no, that doesn't make any sense. Okay, so once again, I'm an idiot. Figuring stuff out. Can I query? No, I can't. It really comes down to I want to select each of these and then determine which one I want to work with. So the whole iterating through all of them doesn't really help me at all. It's cool, I'm going to keep it, but that's not what I need to do. I need the waypoint itself to do this. So I'm going to copy the on-draw gizmo selected stuff, we're going to go back to Waypoint, Animatronic Waypoint, and add that in there. And we're going to cut out a lot of logic. So we're going to keep that. We don't need to find anything. We already have the list of waypoints. So that's good. So that's waypoints right here. So we only need to iterate once. So this can go away. Instead of doing all this nonsense, it's just going to be this.transform.position, and then this is just going to be waypoints i.transform.position, and we're going to get rid of the whole J component thing. So let's get rid of all of this as well. Let's see. We do not have a, there we go. Nope, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Okay, so here we go. This parenthesis goes there, that parenthesis goes there, that parenthesis goes there, this parenthesis, and that one's got to go because we're outside of the class. Okay, save that now. What I'm going to do here is turn off. This is cool because it would give us, I'm going to change this back to on draw gizmo. That way I do have a way to see everything in the scene drawn out. Oh, that's not nice. I wish I didn't have that there. But anyway, now I still have a way of selecting. I'm going to turn that off really quick now. Jeez. Turn off that script. Now, I guess it still works in the editor, so that means I have to remove the actual component, I guess. Okay, now I only get paths to the one that I'm actually working on, which makes this a lot easier to interpret. So I can do 2, and we can do back from where we came, and we can do where we're going to. Yeah, this is much easier to work with. So we'll do 2 again. And we'll do where we came from and where we are going to. Nope, that's wrong. We want this one. I don't know why I picked 5. And we'll grab this one. And I'm just going to fast forward through the rest of this stuff so you don't have to watch me. All right, I think that's enough. I don't have everything connected all up, but it's good enough for most of this stuff. So if we iterate through, we can see, that's annoying. We can see we've got most of these paths. Let's see, is that, yeah, we've got most of these paths to move around. That one actually we're missing completely, so that's going to be a problem. So let's actually add that one in really quick and lock this down and grab 6 and probably 8. There we are. And now if we grab 7, we're good. Okay, save. We've got a great pathing system now that we can work with. Now we got to jump back into the logic side of things. However, this video has gotten to be monstrously long due to how long it took me to set up some of this stuff and look things up. So we are going to finish this hopefully in the next video. I will see you then. So long, everyone, and good night.